Charles IV, King of Bohemia and Holy Roman Emperor, had a long and successful reign. The empire he ruled from Prague expanded, and his subjects lived in peace and prosperity. When the emperor died, the whole empire mourned. More than 7,000 people accompanied him on his last procession. The heir to the throne of the flourishing empire was Charles's son, Wenceslas IV, whose father had prepared him for this moment all his life. But Wenceslas did not take after his father. He neglected affairs of state for more frivolous pursuits. He even failed to turn up for his own coronation as emperor, which did little to endear him to the Pope. Wenceslas the Idle did not impress the imperial nobility either. His difficulties mounted until the nobles, exasperated by the inaction of their ruler, turned for help to his half-brother, King Sigismund of Hungary. Sigismund decided on a radical solution. He kidnapped the king to force him to abdicate, then took advantage of the ensuing disorder to gain greater power for himself. He invaded Bohemia with a massive army and began pillaging the territories of the king's allies. It is here that my story begins.
Good morning, everybody, and good morning to you again. Hopefully you've been having a fabulous morning today. Sorry for the long delay. By the time I hit the go live button, I was honestly trying to peel my pajamas off and try to get into some more appropriate stream attire. Much like y'all have always been seeing me try to actually get all dolled up and looking fancy for within the game. Definitely fabulous. Ooh. So you no longer feel sick, again? Well, I mean, my room is practically an icebox every now and then, so, and plus it's summer. Oh, right, hold on. Almost forgot. I gotta take my morning meds.
Make it stop!
You feel like a crook, but not as bad? What? I are so confused. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'll just close that door before the horse gets in there. Okie dokie. Actually, here. Let me get the larger font put up in front of me so that way I can read that too. Alright, let's see what this guy has to say, and let us make sure we are illuminating the room fully. And let's put these on the horse before I miss... Actually, let's put all the Hungarian blades on the horse, that way I can sell those. Sorry, a little bit of inventory management. Micromanagement. Ooh, wow, actually, I need to... I'll repair this after the chat with the bandit. Good morning, Armin! Oh, Crook sick. Oh, sorry! Okay, so you're still feeling sick. Sorry to hear that.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
What? Who are you?
My name is Henry, and I'm investigating on behalf of Sir Radzig Kobyla.
Oh, I see. You'll have an easy job with me, boy.
How so?
I won't give you any problems.
Don't imagine it'll save your skin, though.
Oh, I don't. I'll dangle on a rope soon enough. Nothing surer. Only I'd like to get it over quick and not keep the Ratte executioner busy too long, if you catch my drift.
I understand.
What do you want to know?
Everything. First, tell me who's behind all this. Who do you follow?
I follow the coin, lad. We all do.
That's not news to me, but who pays the coin?
I got my pay from Runt, like all the men in Pribyslavitz. And Runt got his money from the chief, and the chief had the coin minted.
Who's the chief? The bandit leader?
Bandit? If he heard you say that, he'd have your head on a spike. That's the kind of man he is. Nobody knows much about him, though. Only that he ain't Czech.
So he's a foreigner? German?
Don't think so. For sure he ain't Czech. And he's got plenty of coin. I'd stake my neck on it. He's got noble blood in his veins.
Judging by how he looks.
More by the way he talks. Any man can dress up like nobility, but he spoke all la-di-da like a lord.
Where's that chief of yours now?
I've no idea. After Privislavitz, he ordered us to raid Merhoyet, but he wasn't with us. He went off who knows where. I don't reckon he'll be out of your hair for long, though.
So the chief is in command of all these operations?
You could say. I'd say you're looking at it all wrong, though.
How's that?
You ask who's in charge and who answers to who, only this ain't some noble court. There was all sorts of gangs in Privislavitz, big and small. Robber barons who had their own brigades calling them my lord, and common footpads who hadn't a pot to piss in. Men came, men went. Lots of squabbles, the occasional murder. Old cronies and old rivals were meeting. You know what I mean?
I suppose so.
It was one big muddle. The main thing was nobody asked questions. I didn't give a damn who the chief was or what he had in mind or whether he had one ball or two. All I was interested in was the coin.
Uh-huh. How did you know about Privislavitz? Who took you there?
A fellow by the name of Moorcock. We met near Kuttenberg. I was robbing burghers who were fleeing the town from Sigismund's army. We got to talking and he told me about Privislavitz.
Why did you attack Merhoyet?
The chief himself gave us the order. I reckon he wanted to show the local lords he was nowhere near finished.
So he's planning more raids?
The chief's always planning something. Privislavitz was only the start.
So you knew the coin was counterfeit?
Course I did. I brought those groschen to Privislavitz, along with a few other things.
Did you? And where did the forgeries come from?
Like, where were they made? I don't know. Some merchant by the name of Menhart gave them to me. We used to meet at the charcoal piles near Rovna, by the crossroads there. As it happens, I'm supposed to be meeting him there about now.
So Menhart's waiting there?
Might be, might not. He could have heard what happened in Privislavitz and decided not to show.
And does this Menhart know where the coin comes from?
How should I know? To me, he's just another link in the chain. I deal with him, and I never ask who he deals with. Just like he knows nothing about me.
I see. So I suppose there's no point asking you if you know any more about him.
It'd be a waste of breath. All he did was give me the coin, and then we went our separate ways.
Who else knows about the money?
Apart from the chief, Menhart, Runt and me, there was a few others. The men got some real money too, with the false stuff. It'd be suspicious if they only had freshly minted coin.
You said you used to bring other things. What were they?
Letters. Menhart would give them to me for the chief. This time I was taking an answer back to Menhart too.
Have you still got that letter?
Aye. The yokels round here ain't got much interest in correspondence, apparently.
Give it to me then.
I'd be delighted.
What were the letters about?
If I knew how to read, I wouldn't be trusted to carry letters, would I? I took them from Menhart to the chief and back. That's all.
That's all I need to know for now.
For now, for the love of Christ, boy, don't let the executioner interrogate me. I've already told you everything I know.
I can't deny you've been cooperative. I'll do my best to see you get a quick end.
Henry! I think old Straw's come for the brigand! Get back from that heathen, young fella!
But you can't kill me! Not just like that!
Shut the fuck up, you weasel, and keep it fucking shut! You don't even get a say! Calm down, Straw. He won't escape justice. After all, he's... Don't stand in my way, Melikar! Let Henry decide. He's the one who saved his life.
He's coming with me. He's Sir Radzig's prisoner, and only Sir Radzig has the right to decide if he lives or dies.
I don't give a fuck about you or Sir Radzig fucking Kabila. That bastard killed my boy, and I'm gonna kill him.
You'll have to deal with me first.
No!
Okay, Byrogod, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the broadcast. Hopefully you're having a fabulous morning.
You're dead.
Seriously? I just saved your life. He's just out cold.
Yo!
Are you kidding me? Oh, for God's sakes. I'm just gonna quickly blow right through the chat conversations. I was just checking to see if the guy actually had anything that was left for... Wait a minute. Hold on. One quick minute. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. Once... Gonna save. But yeah, he was out cold. Or maybe the door killed him. Maybe. Maybe the door killed the guy. But yeah, for the most part... Oh, I got a message this morning. So, apparently last night my doctor was watching my broadcast. So for those of you that were watching last night, yeah, after I told him, hey Dr. A, if you're watching this morning, and I bet you're not since you're working, but yeah, don't worry, I'm not going to be eating handfuls of gummy bears this morning. Alright, now we are going to do this. Since this guy is probably sick.
Oh, sweet Mary, Mother of God.
Alright, let's knock this out.
Mama.
Your mama's not gonna save you, lad. Did I get a verbal spanking? No. Actually, it was also an appointment reminder, so I have to see him again. So, actually, we'll just pluck a little flower or two.
Hey, you! Don't move a muscle! When I find you. Surrender! You've committed a crime, and I'm arresting you. You'll get what for.
Wait, this guy can't get into the... in here? Cool.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
Actually, just trying to up my lockpicking, that's all. Because that monastery job ain't gonna be easy. Okay. Then hopefully all the money... Hopefully I can... Well, I don't know if I can actually make use of the counterfeit money to upgrade Privoslavets even further, but it'd be kind of cool. Really? I fell down the stairs. There we go. That should make things a little bit easier now. Now that we got that out of the way. Oh. Actually, Silent Fiddler would be a hell of a lot better. Let's go with Silent Fiddler for now. And all I gotta do is keep picking more locks. I can eventually get the 6th sense. So, anywho... Death, I'm assuming you've still been up since the end of my previous broadcast. How much farther have you gotten Privoslavets? Actually, I should probably check to see if I am required at Privos. Yep, I have an activity that must be performed. Alright, we'll save the bandit's life and then we'll head up there. No, I was talking to Death Valley. Don't worry, Akeb. You'll be special. I mean, if you do end up owning the game, I'd ask you how you're doing in the game as well, Akeb. I'll admit one thing. There is a lot of manure everywhere. This game would kill your computer. That's a shame. What? No. This game wouldn't frustrate very much. I mean, granted, the only thing frustrating about it is you'd have to actually get your archery skill down if you're not very good with melee combat.
Mama.
I ain't your mother. Oh, wait. I should probably save before something drastically bad happens. Tricks of the trade. You're not good at games? Bah! Although, the one thing that I am really looking forward to, which it was actually in one of the backer rewards, was they were going to actually have a female character to select and play as in the game. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that turns out, because that would be a very interesting story element.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Who are you?
My name is Henry, and I'm investigating on behalf of Sir Radzig Kobyla.
Oh, I see. You'll have an easy job with me, boy.
How so?
I won't give you any problems.
Don't imagine it'll save your skin, though.
Oh, I don't. I'll dangle on a rope soon enough. Nothing surer. Only I'd like to get it over quick and not keep the Rattay executioner busy too long, if you catch my drift.
I understand.
What do you want to...
Everything.
I follow...
That's not new.
I got my...
Who's the... So he's a judge... Where... Ha...
Like I said, this would be a quick interrogation. Games frustrate you all the time?
How did you know about...
Interesting. Well, then you might enjoy this game for the tension relief that it happens to offer.
So... And does this matter? I see.
You've smashed 2 controllers this year and a keyboard. Akeb? I don't mean to sound out of place, but it sounds like you have a slight anger management issue.
That's all I need to know for now.
For now?
That's for Sir Radzig to judge.
Henry! I think old Straw's come for the brigand. Step back from that Eden, young fella!
But you can't kill me! Not just like that!
Shut the fuck up, you weasel, and keep it fucking shut! You don't even get a say! Calm down, Straw. He won't escape justice. After all, he's... Don't stand in my way, Melikar! Let Henry decide. He's the one who saved his life.
He's coming with me. He's Sir Radzig's prisoner, and only Sir Radzig has the right to decide if he lives or dies.
I don't give a fuck about you or Sir Radzig fucking Kobyla. That bastard killed my boy, and I'm gonna kill him.
You'll have to deal with me first.
How are you?
Give it back,
What do you want to do? Leave him to alone!
Can't let him get away with that.
What's that young fellow up to? He's not helping the bastard, is he?
We should drag that.
Come on, then.
Guts. Learn what is.
I'll kill him!
Dog.
Wow, not very neighborly to have people, telling me to kill Straw.
Bring it on.
What are you doing with him?
What is it?
Okay. Move along, people. There's nothing to see. Well, except for Straw. Fighting with an actual person, that's... But...
What happened here? Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's right.
Thank you.
Good luck then.
Good day, Henry.
Yeah. Yeah.
The time trials? Oh my.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Can I ask...
What kind of a lord is Sir Hanush?
I can't complain. He knows how to keep order, but he does it with good humor.
What do you think of Sir Radzig?
I hear he's on good terms with the king, probably why Sir Hanush opened the door to him. Sir Radzig seems like a fair man, and folks say he's a good governor.
What's young Lord Capon like?
He'll be the governor here in a few years. Sir Hanush is just his guardian until he comes of age. The young lord spends most of his time making merry. But he'll grow out of it. He's no fool.
What's life like in Rattay?
Till Sigismund came, and then you folk, it was a fine, peaceful life here.
What will become of the Skalitz refugees?
I'd like to know the answer to that myself. I hope things can settle down quick and you lot can clear off.
Perkstein is a fine castle.
It'll be even finer once you all clear out and I can move back into my chambers.
Do you know who those soldiers of Sigismund's are, Captain?
They call them Cumans or Kipchaks. Our Lord says they fled from the Mongols to Hungary and settled there. They're herdsmen and excellent horsemen, and barbarians, too, for all that they claim they've turned to Christ.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to know.
Any chance of some work here, Captain?
It all depends on what you're ready to do, my lad. As I'm sure you've noticed, the roads around here are swarming with brigands. Sir Hanush has declared quite a reward for dealing with them.
So what do you think I should do about them?
We know about one of their encampments. It's to the east of Ratai in an abandoned mine. I don't really mind how you deal with them. Anyway, the leaders generally wear spurs, maybe like they're pretending they're nobility. Who cares? In any case, bring me the spurs, and I'll take it as proof that the deed's done.
Very well. I'll see to it.
Wait. In addition, Sir Hanush has offered a reward for every bandit who's killed. So take a good sharp dagger. You'll get a bit extra for each ear you bring.
Very well. That sounds amusing.
Well, as for amusement, I'd entertain myself by being very careful, lad.
May the Lord watch over you.
God be with you, Henry.
Greetings. What do you need?
Sir, I met the parish priest of Uzhitz, and I must say he's a very interesting man.
I should say so. Have you ever seen him at swordplay? Not bad for a man of the cloth, is he? Rumor has it, when he finished his studies at the university where his father sent him, he decided the religious life wasn't for him, and vanished to foreign parts. They say he made a living as a mercenary. I even heard he fought against the Turk at the Battle of Kosovo, and then he suddenly came back and settled down here. No doubt it cost his family plenty, but he's a fair man and I'm fond of him. There's a lot to be said for a priest with a good understanding of vice. Henry, just the man I want to see. I need help with something.
What's the problem, sir?
The Archbishop's vicar has come to Uzhitz. I don't know why exactly, but the rumor is that he's on the hunt for heretics, which frankly never meant any good, especially for me.
I'm sorry, but I'm not really up on religious ranks, sir. What does a vicar do, exactly?
You don't have to apologize. It's the devil's own work to make sense of their twisted hierarchy. The vicar is short for vicarious, meaning in place of. He has full power to act on his superior's behalf.
I see.
In this case, sadly, the superior in question is that nincompoop, Archbishop Zbigniew Hare of Hassenburg.
What should I do about him, then?
Firstly, find out why he's really here. He might truly be on the hunt for heretics, which wouldn't be good news. Or it's equally possible he's here to size up my estate, which would be even worse.
I understand. And then what?
The best thing for me and all concerned would be for him to pack his bags and go back to Prague.
And how can I, encourage him to do that? I can't just kick him out, can I?
No, of course not. But if you can make him believe there's nothing to find here, he'll be off in no time. So tell him I've sent you to assist him.
I understand. And my task is to assist him in finding nothing.
Indeed.
Are you at odds with the Archbishop in some way, sir?
No, I've never even seen him. But that's no guarantee he doesn't have his eye on my estate.
But how could he get his hands on it?
He's an archbishop. They have long fingers, my boy. And now, without the king around, it's the perfect time to amass a nice little hoard. Believe me, I know. They say in Prague that he's a complete dolt, but I rather doubt that.
Why?
All the Hare clan are as shrewd as they come. I know that better than most.
Uh-huh. And what if there really are heretics?
My boy, have you ever seen a heretic?
No.
There, you see. I haven't either. Most of the time the prelates just invent them to scare folk with. So don't put much faith in their existence.
But
what if there really are some? Then deal with them. But make sure that interfering bastard gets out of here.
very well, I'll get going straight away.
Good luck, lad. And be careful. Clergymen are wily weasels. So take care.
I'll be careful. Don't worry, Sir Hanush.
Goodbye.
Oh, great. Mistakenly drop one item in there that you don't want to keep. Alright, there we go. Now I should look fabulous.
day, Henry.
Oh, right. I forgot. I actually have to see the butcher. So I've got meats to sell.
Goodbye.
I wish I could actually give these people a small handout.
Yeah.
But nope.
Hey, Henry's come to see us. Oh dear.
God save you. See you later.
Best of help.
Yeah.
Alright, maybe I should probably confront him.
Yeah.
Here's to a good harvest.
Ugh! Watch where you're going.
Nope, doesn't look like I can do anything.
Good luck.
Wait, well, where's my foe?
Yeah.
Okay. John, thank you so much for the host. And if that's not a host, nonetheless, I still appreciate it. More coverage, more love.
Stop right there. The plague's raging there.
Oh, for the love of... Did I go too far? I think I might have. Yep, I might have.
Hold it right there. Drop your weapon and hand over all you got.
Alright, see that little teeny tiny piece of silver right there? Shiny? You can lure him in. Actually, I don't have time to actually hunt rabbits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, Akib, I do have a further question to follow up with, though. If you continuously destroy game controllers, is it more of you just want to play relaxing and fun games, for the most part? Because once you get past all the combat, this is actually quite relaxing. Yeah, I shouldn't have put in a stable there. I should have put in a guardhouse. Your hand-eye is not the best when it comes to virtual worlds. That's okay.
My humble greetings. How may I serve you? Goodbye. Good luck, then.
Let's talk about the price.
Alright so.
Here, with a little something on top for good measure.
My word. Thank you kindly.
Huh. I don't know, does anyone else have any issues with the Master Craftsman's not actually crafting anything?
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't seem like the town's producing any armor at all. Although, granted, I probably do need to actually bring in a Master Craftsman, so I guess I should have left the base...
a bite to eat.
The basic buildings. That's what I should probably have done. Let's eat rotten apples. Actually, kind of a bit upset you can't just punch in the number you want to drop in there. John, thank you so much for the bits. Greatly appreciated. Well, you haven't quite reached that high yet. I mean, according to this current leaderboard, you're shy a few. No, I'm just kidding.
I want to build something.
Certainly, Master Bailiff. What's it to be?
I'd like to extend my rat house.
Right. That should do it. We've got everything we need to start building. Come with me.
We're going to build here?
Indeed. Can we begin?
I'm ready.
I'll just quickly check again that we have everything we need. We've still got the means. We'll get stuck in then.
Quite a nice little addition to the rat house.
I want to build something.
Certainly, Master Bailiff. What's it to be?
I was thinking it would be good to have a herb garden, to grow medicinal herbs.
Good. We've got everything. Come along with me to the site where we'll be building.
We're going to build here?
Indeed. Can we begin?
I'm ready.
I'll just quickly check again that we have everything we need. All good. We can start construction.
Anyways, I'm actually kind of curious, John, the rage fit of me constantly being surrounded. Is that common? You just don't like to see folks overwhelmed? Or is it just... The only reason why I ask is because it's kind of peculiar to me, but I mean, it's understandable. You want to see folks succeed in everything.
I want to build something.
Certainly, Master Bailiff. What's it to be?
I could use an alchemy lab at the rat house.
Let's go to the site. I'll see to the building.
We're going to build here?
Indeed. Can we begin?
I'm ready.
I'll just quickly check again that we have everything we need. We've got what we need. Let's get to work.
Ah, yes. Alright, let's see here. Not exactly a herb garden. But anyways, oh, actually, I just didn't realize I have two Johns in chat. Alright, so, Hunter, thank you again for the bits. And Sweden, it's okay. I mean, that's part of the reason why I actually have my character with a shield. So, I'm actually used to being swarmed from time to time anyways, so... But I know it happens. But nonetheless, how are you all doing today, though? What, you lost your chamber pots? Alright, so hopefully with that addition to the rat house, we are still in the red. Well, I still approve of the upgrade.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
I want to build something.
We've already finished everything successfully.
So, how am I doing with the village?
Let's see. How do you think you're doing? We've already finished everything successfully. Excellent work, Henry.
I'm glad you're pleased.
Alright, let's go hear out what the hubbub is all about. Hey look, my horse and a pig. They're both getting along splendidly. Alright, let's trade in some of the goodies. Oh, wait. I should seriously consider finishing up some of these progressions, the quest lines. Mount the horse or mount the pig? I want to put a saddle on the piggy. Let's go see if we can actually... Probably won't be able to.
Yeah.
Might have need for a master huntsman. to do the fine leather and saddling leathers, because saddler does not want to work. Or I actually might need a leather maker. Decisions.
Yeah. See, once I probably get this over with, I could probably... No. Might want to see about a leather maker, actually. Instead of a gamesman. Yeah.
Who's edging you out of your bed, Akeb? If you say it's the cats, I find it very hard to believe that you have any form of authority with your feline companions.
Henry, I'm glad you stopped by.
God grant you health. How may I help you? God be with you.
What? What in the...
I'd like to find out about the poachers round here who've been stealing game recently.
If you ask me, there's some questions best left unanswered. But go and see Olenna if you're determined. That old gossip will tell you all there is to know.
Good luck then. Do you want something?
Yeah.
You want something from me, do you?
Yes, I want you.
I've got a few questions about these poachers.
So ask.
I heard you saw something fishy in the forest.
That's right, I did.
Can you describe what you saw?
It was after dark, I remember that. I went up past the castle along by the clearing, and I saw someone had lit a fire, and there were figures singing and dancing, and I could hear the whistling of a pipe. And I could smell roast meat. It was like a feast of some sort. Only I thought maybe it was some witch's Sabbath, so I was afraid to stay too long in case they saw me.
Did you recognize anyone there? Someone from the village, maybe?
No. Like I said, it was dark. All I could see was shadowy figures moving around.
Did you hear any familiar voices?
No. But I heard girls' laughter, goblets clinking, a piper playing. It sounded just like any feast.
Where is the clearing?
A short walk north of the castle. There's a track past the woodcutter's camp that takes you there.
Thanks. What do you make of this poaching that's been going on?
It's clear.
You mean to say his wife's cheating on him?
All I'm saying is she might be feeling the urge. It happens in the best of families.
Well, you're the first who's certain of Hare's return. So far, I've just heard vague rumours.
Well, now, I wouldn't say I'm completely sure. I suppose some other mischief maker could have done it, but better the devil you know. And everyone hereabouts knows Hare.
You were singing a different song not long ago.
So? Why do you want to know so much, anyway?
It's nothing to you, but I'm helping Nicholas unmask that local poaching gang.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, now you know. And you also know not to keep anything from me. So, what's the story with that Hare?
All right, I'll tell you what I know. But promise not to tell Nicholas I said it.
I'll do what I can, but I need to let him know what I discover. So, out with it.
It's to do with Margaret, his wife. They say it's all because of her.
Keep going.
I know full well Hare's here, because Margaret admitted as much.
What did she tell you?
That he waited in the woods till she came by and they exchanged some words. Words was all she told me. Who knows what they actually got up to?
And what did they speak about?
I don't know. But if Nicholas knew they'd met, he'd most likely kill her.
You're sure she wasn't saying it in jest?
Oh, no. Margaret wouldn't joke about something like that.
Well, you're the first who's certain of Hare's return. So far, I've just heard vague rumours.
Well, now.
Stop trying to wriggle out of it. Do you realise who I am?
Not really.
But you know who Radzig Cobbler is, right?
Of course.
I'm his right-hand man, and I'm helping the huntsmen catch the poachers. So, I'm not someone you should be messing around.
All right, I'll tell you what I know. But promise not to tell Nicholas I said it.
I'll do what I can, but I need to let him know what I discover. So, out with it.
It's to do with Margaret, his wife. They say it's all because of her.
Keep going.
I know full well Hare's here, because Margaret admitted as much.
What did she tell you?
That he waited in the woods till she came...
And what did they speak about?
I don't know. But if Nicholas knew they'd met, he'd most likely kill her.
You're sure she wasn't saying it in jest?
Oh, no. Margaret wouldn't joke about something like that.
Who's this Hannekin Hare, anyway?
Hannekin Hare? There was a time he was master huntsman here, and Margaret was set to be his wife. But then he got himself accused of murder, and fled before they could hang him. Margaret and his job both ended up going to Nicholas.
So what's the story between Hare and Margaret?
It was complicated. He wanted her and she wanted him too, I reckon. At least for a while. But then she hitched up with Nicholas and now she says she never had a thought of wedding Hannekin Hare.
So what went on between Hare and the huntsman?
Those two? There was no love lost between them from the moment Hare arrived. And then Margaret got involved. It was a messy business.
Do you think Hare really killed that man?
Who knows the truth of it now? I did find it all a bit odd. Hare never was much of a hothead. But then again, no one really knew him that well. And Margaret never wanted to speak of it. Wouldn't hear a word about it.
That's all I need. Thanks.
Good luck, then.
Looking for someone?
That a go? What you talking about, a kid?
Has something happened?
Or are you saying, gotta go? Oh, that ego. Aha! See, spaces make all the difference in the world.
God be with you, Henry.
I swear, doing all this lockpicking just to get my skills up is ridiculous.
Someone there? Fuck off before I lose my...
The guy cussing and swearing. Aww. Oh, right, that's the dog I shot in the night. So your cat's on the chest and keeping you from being able to type. Sorry. So sorry. I'm not gonna screw up everything right now. We're just gonna save for now. Oh! Well, that'll come in handy. Alright, no more chests to unlock. How many hearts can I break, though? Oh, I thought it was the cat. I'm trying to get used to folks naming their computers. But being in IT, it's always easier just to say the laptop. This is a sufficient enough name for a computer. Or the shit can, if it was a crappy computer. So... It's also known as the lag book. Well, I got the iPad that I brought home from work. Yeah, it barely processes any videos, so it gives audio, so works great if I got audiobooks I'd like to, listen to.
Hey!
God save you, good night. What can I do for you?
I'm here to find out about the poachers gang, and I need to ask a few questions.
Well, ask away. I don't have all day.
I heard you were yelling in the tavern that you were off to hunt some venison.
Look here. I don't know who you are, but you should watch your mouth.
I will, don't you worry. So what happened then?
What? Nothing. It was just the beer talking. I got pissed and started spouting shit. Didn't mean a word of it.
Maybe not. That remains to be seen. Blacksmith Betty saw people feasting in the woods, and she says there was a nice smell of venison. What do you know about it?
Nothing. I wasn't there.
And I don't suppose you'll tell me who was?
No, because I wasn't there.
That'll do me. I hear there's been trouble with poachers recently.
I don't have time to talk to strangers. Good day to you.
God be with you.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
I heard there are poachers in the woods round here.
If only if it was just poachers. It's that sorcerer Hare. He's the one who's been running amok. I said he'd be back, and I said he'd be vengeful, and I was right both times.
Tell me something about Hannikin Hare.
Ah, that was all years ago. He turned up here one day, no one rightly knew where from. He claimed up at the castle to be a nobleman's son, and so he got the office of Master Huntsman, and Margaret was promised him for his wife. Nobody could have known he was a sorcerer.
And how did his sorcery reveal itself?
Well, he was able to vanish into thin air in the forest right in front of folk. And I've heard it said he spoke to animals, too, though I don't know the truth of it.
That doesn't sound very convincing to me.
That's because you've not seen his marksmanship. It wasn't natural, the things he could do with that bow of his. They say he sold his soul for the gift of it.
I see. How did it go with Margaret?
I'm not one to gossip, but she was a flighty lass in her younger years. She could never make up her mind which one she wanted, the Hare or Nicholas. So in the end, fate decided for her.
What do you mean? What happened with Hare?
Oh, that was quite something. And then some on top of it. Sir Henry of Lipa was visiting here at the castle, and Hare snapped his guardsman's neck with his bare hands. Of course, they found him out. But how do you keep a sorcerer under lock and key? You can't. That's your answer. And that Satan's spawn slipped the net.
Oh, well, it's quite a wild story. Any idea why he murdered the man?
No one knows, and most likely never will. But they say he was fully in the devil's power. There was a full moon, you see.
Was he actually seen killing the guardsman?
I suppose so. Else they'd hardly know who did it, would they?
That's probably true. There is one other thing I want to ask. Tell me something about Hannikin Hare.
Ah, that was all years ago. He turned up here one day, no one rightly knew where from. He claimed up at the castle to be a nobleman's son, and so he got the office of Master Huntsman, and Margaret was promised him for his wife. Nobody could have known he was a sorcerer.
Well, I should be going. Thanks for the chat.
Not at all. I always like a good chin wag.
Goodbye.
And a tall tale, apparently.
Yeah.
God be with you, Henry.
I'd like to ask you about Hannikin Hare.
I'm sorry, but I really don't want to talk about that.
The thing is, every time I spoke to someone about Hare, they always ended up talking about you.
But I don't.
You aren't to blame for anything, is that it? Well, I am willing to believe you, but you do know more than you're telling, and I need to hear it.
Very well. You're right. And what would you like to know about Hare?
How were things between you and Hare back then?
There was nothing between us. Hannikin Hare impressed my father with all his talk of noble blood, but I couldn't stand him, and I didn't want to marry him. And then it made no odds after he ran away.
So you didn't want him? I only asked because I've heard differently.
That's village talk. Of course folk gossip. Mostly they just want to hurt Nicholas.
Did Hare really commit the murder?
God in heaven, how should I know? Anyway, it doesn't matter now.
That remains to be seen. What did you talk about in the woods with Hannikin Hare?
I see Betty's mouth's been busy.
Don't blame her. I had to work hard to weasel it out of her. Now tell me.
Oh, all right. Well, it seems Hannikin Hare's exile has addled his brain. He told me he'd go off with me, that he still loves me and nonsense like that.
And what about you?
What do you mean? I was so shocked, I couldn't even scream.
Is that all he told you?
He said if I change my mind, I'm to hang a garland of forget-me-nots on the house and wait for him at that place of ours.
Where was it you saw him exactly?
I wish I could tell you. The whole thing was like a fever dream. I almost got lost trying to get out of the forest. Even if I remembered, it wouldn't be any use to you. Hannikin Hare moves through the forest like a ghost. He knows every tree root off by heart.
That'll be everything.
Take care.
Alright, if this goes horribly south, I want to at least have a saving point that I know I can count on. So I'm gonna see if I can get Hannikin Hare as the master huntsman for my town.
I want to talk a little more about Hannikin Hare.
Oh, very well. What do you want to know?
I want you to hang that garland on the lodge.
But I don't want to go anywhere with him.
You don't have to go anywhere. But tell me, where's that secret meeting place of yours?
On the way to Ujits. Back then, we used to meet by the great big beech tree, right next to the wayside shrine. There's a lovely view there, you see.
And what time will he be waiting there for you?
At dawn. What are you going to do to Hare?
Never you mind. The main thing is it will all get sorted out. And that's all that matters, isn't it?
I suppose so. Very well, then. I'll hang the garland for you.
That'll be everything.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Hey, Henry, come to see.
I'm guessing Nicholas won't be joining us. Who the devil are you?
My name is Henry, and I work for the Master Huntsman.
So are you going to arrest me?
I am.
All I ask is that you listen to me first.
Let me guess. You're going to tell me you're innocent?
I wouldn't presume. I've been poaching on the Divish estate, and I'll take the punishment I deserve. But the crime I was nearly strung up for, that one I didn't commit.
I've heard different things about your crime.
So I imagine. Lucas has told me the villagers still talk of me.
And how did it happen?
It's a long story.
I've got time to listen.
All right. But for you to understand, I have to start from the beginning. I was born as Hannikin Hare of Zalush, the eldest son of Sidney of Zalush. My house became sadly impoverished, and I became the master huntsman at Talmberg.
Gamekeeper turned poacher. I see. That's quite a transformation.
Nicholas gave me no choice.
What happened to your family?
My father lost his influential friends and the money with them. After his death, I inherited only his debts. There was nothing for it but to sell off all our possessions, see to my sister's welfare, and manage as best I could.
That sounds a rough deal.
Believe it or not, I never cared for the life of a nobleman. I spent my youth running free, hunting in the woods.
What happened between you and Nicholas?
I was falsely accused of murder. Henry of Lipa visited Talmberg, and the morning after the banquet in his honor, one of his men was found dead.
And didn't they have any cause to suspect you?
That's just it. They did. At the banquet, I got into a fight with the man.
I know Sir Hanush of Lipa. Was Sir Henry his father?
Indeed. He was on his way to Ratai to take charge of the fiefdom for young Sir Hans Capon.
Why did you get into a fight with him?
The fall of the House of Zalush was the work of the Lords of Lipa, and that fellow took great delight in reminding me of it.
And then what?
Nicholas began to pull strings. Several people came forward as witnesses to say they saw me with the fellow later that night.
Why would he have done that?
He wanted rid of me. We were both in love with the same lass, you see, and Margaret is his wife today. But back then, there was no question which of the two of us would win her. I was the huntsman of noble blood, and Nicholas was just plain Nick. Her father's preference was clear.
Do you know who did kill the man?
No. He was found in a ditch with his neck broken. He could have tripped and fallen, all on his own.
And that never occurred to anyone?
It did. But some people swore they'd seen us jostling on the drawbridge. Of course, that was Nicholas's work.
What did Margaret think of you?
She took me for a fool. She only had eyes for Nicholas, but I didn't see it then. In the end, she could have saved me.
How?
She could have told the truth. After the banquet, I was with her. But when they asked her, she said she hadn't seen me that night.
How did you get out of it?
What leads you to imagine I did?
Your head's still on your shoulders, so you must have escaped somehow.
I'm alive. But my name and my family's name has been dragged through the mud. For me, that's worse than the sentence waiting for me.
If you say so. But you still managed to get away.
Well, it's true I had the good fortune to escape from the dungeon.
From the Talmberg dungeon? That can't be done, can it?
It's not too hard when the lord of the castle himself helps you escape.
So Divish set you free? From his own dungeon?
He couldn't offend Henry, so he had to lock me up. But he trusted me. We were friends, after all. He led me out of the castle in the night. I was given a good horse, and in a couple of days I was in Silesia. And that was the end of it. At least until now.
Even if I believed you, there's no proof. It all happened a long time ago.
I know. But if I didn't believe in my own innocence, I'd have to be crazy to have done what I did.
Why?
If I truly were guilty, why would I risk coming back to Bohemia? I could have died in peace as a rich man in the pay of the Jagiellonians. Only a fool would come back.
Nicholas took everything you had, regardless of your guilt or innocence. I'd say you have more than enough cause to want revenge.
I'm not like him. Anyway, you're right. I don't have any proof of my innocence. All I can give you is my word.
This is one of the most insane stories I've heard lately.
That doesn't surprise me.
But something tells me you're speaking the truth, Anakin Hare.
Thank you. And if you want to help me, come to the old mine gallery in Broad Woods.
I'll be there.
I have a plan, but I need some help.
Yeah.
If he's wearing tights, well, here's the thing, Akeb. We're all wearing tights. We're men in tights. We roam around the forest looking for fights. We may look like pansies, but don't get us wrong or else we'll put out your lights. Yes! Rainbow, welcome. What you think? Skyrim competitor? What? Kidding me? This is a medieval simulator. Nothing compared to Skyrim. Much better. Like I said, this does even hold a candle to Skyrim. I mean, for the most part, Skyrim, or the Elder Scrolls series, basically is, for the most part, you roll it out however you can. Whereas this, it's set in a predetermined storyline-ish sort of way. And I can't see any other way to get around the entire roleplay element, since you have no magic at all. So, it's fantastic! Well, then Akeb, you might also be inclined to learn that before I ended up leaving Catholic school, we actually had a sort of a talent show. And in the talent show, they asked me to be Little John for the song for the talent show. So, except the downside is, the only best part that I can do of the song is "Man in Tights, Tights, Tights." So roam around the forest looking for fights. Yes! It's mostly about all I can really do. So, no, Rainbow, what I'm talking about is there's no monsters, there's no magic. Mostly, the best roleplay element here is the only thing that will catch you off guard is basically running up against a deer, a rabbit, or some bandits. That's about it. And for a roleplay element, I'm perfectly fine with that, rather than suddenly having a dragon out of nowhere just surprising the living crap out of me. When in fact I'm just stuck in the woods with a toothpick. And then having to fight a dragon. I mean, I've already had to fight an entire horde of cumans with nothing more than just a simple blade. But also I ended up getting swarmed by a whole bunch of bandits as well, but they were in plainclothes. And I escaped on the skin of my teeth. So, Rainbow, I gotta say, you know, roleplay element-wise, this is probably the best I'm ever gonna see, so...
So, what are you up to?
Working out how to get Nicholas's confession.
And how would you do that exactly?
Simple. I'll have him sign it. I've had the priest in Janowitz write me up a parchment. When Nicholas signs it, he'll admit to everything written down there.
How do you want to force him to do that?
He won't have a choice, or rather he will have, between his wife Margaret and the job of huntsman.
I'm not following this at all.
It's plain enough. We'll kidnap Margaret. That's to say, you'll kidnap Margaret while I distract Nicholas. If he wants to see her again, he won't have any choice.
Kidnapping? That doesn't seem like much of a way to clear your name.
No. Take a look around you, Henry. Sigismund kidnapped Wenceslas, his own brother. And Divish was abducted by Medek of Waldeck.
True, but Sigismund and Medek kidnapped the men they wanted to bargain with. You're thinking of taking a man's wife who's done nothing to deserve it.
And what of it? Those others did it for money or power. I'm doing it to redeem my honor. And since you mentioned Margaret, she's not all that innocent. I could have swung because of her.
But that confession's just a scrap of parchment with writing on it. What will happen to him after that?
That scrap of parchment is for Sir Divish and the provincial court. But we'll be generous to Nicholas and let him leave in peace before we deliver the confession to Townburg.
So Nicholas will go free, and you'll clear your name?
Hopefully.
So what do I need to do?
I had Nicholas's prized hunting horn liberated. I'm sure Nicholas will recognize its sound from quite far off. I'll lure him out of the lodge at dawn.
And I meant to kidnap his wife while he's gone?
Of course it would be best if she went with you voluntarily, but if not, you'll just have to drag her with you.
I don't know. What if there's trouble?
That's why I'm sending you. I trust you. But whatever happens, Margaret mustn't be hurt. When you get her, bring her here. Then we can decide what's next.
All right.
Don't forget, tomorrow at dawn.
I really don't like this plan. Okay, Kev, you might be right. This is starting to sound a lot like Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Come on, horsey, you can do it. Yeah, Margaret's now starting to sound like Maid Marian. Although, granted, she is not exactly a noble. Oh, Rainbow, you still there? There is one additional thing that Skyrim has that this game doesn't have. Horses that can climb mountains. True immersion breaking.
What's going on there?
Alright, let's just go ahead and repair everything, and then we'll put it back on the horse. Oh, I guess nothing truly needs to be repaired then, I guess. Other than the bow. Okay, I guess Rainbow's gone. It kind of amazes me, though, that everyone tries to compare a fantasy game versus a simulation game. Like, one that they try to go for historical accuracy. Even though the only thing is roleplay element. I mean, that's the only thing I can honestly say that's the breakup, is like, it's one's roleplay, one's fantasy roleplay, one's historical roleplay, the other one's fantasy. Actually, Death, they did. Basically, this is already what you're currently wearing. So if you were to, like, let's say, add on a pair of chassis mail, it shows you before you even equipped it what it looks like. So it can actually show you that it's going to improve your leg plate options. So even if you're trying to say, okay, well, let's go with chainmail instead of padded mail, or if we're going with padded mail, you see that the stats are greatly different, whereas the noise is completely reduced. If that's kind of what you're talking about, though, there, Death. Excalibur, thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the broadcast. Hopefully you're having a fabulous day. What's that? I occupied a bush. I mean, death, it's, you know, it's the little things that some folks don't notice. Except me, I tend to observe quite a bit.
God be with you, Henry. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Get the hell out of here. What part didn't you understand? Hey, Lord Almighty. What is it? Can you hear me? Look where you're going. Do something! My God, over there!
Alright, that ended horribly. Guess the only option I have is to abduct her. Am I in the Robin Hood story now? No. No, I wouldn't say that. Alright, we're going to save right here. I am going to make this by far the most oddball approach ever. Not exactly Payday 2 style. Well, actually, it might turn out into that. But hey, gonna make do with what I can get.
Jesus.
Did I forget the entire... Yes, I did. I forgot the entire quest. Oops! I just oopsed on the most gargantuan scale ever. But hey, at least I got the key for the door.
So, what are you up to?
Working out how to get Nicholas's confession.
And how would you do that exactly?
Simple. I'll have him sign it. I've had the priest in Janowitz write me up a parchment. When Nicholas signs it, he'll admit to everything written down there.
How do you want to force him to do that?
He won't have a choice, or rather he will have, between his wife Margaret and the job of huntsman.
I'm not following this at all.
It's plain enough. We'll kidnap Margaret. That's to say, you'll kidnap Margaret while I distract Nicholas. If he wants to see her again, he won't have any choice.
Kidnapping? That doesn't seem like much of a way to clear your name.
No. Take a look around you, Henry. Sigismund kidnapped Wenceslas, his own brother. And Divish was abducted by Medek of Waldeck.
True, but Sigismund and Medek kidnapped the men they wanted to bargain with. You're thinking of taking a man's wife who's done nothing to deserve it.
And what of it? Those others did it for money or power. I'm doing it to redeem my honor. And since you mentioned Margaret, she's not all that innocent. I could have swung because of her.
But that confession's just a scrap of parchment with writing on it. What will happen to him after that?
That scrap of parchment is for Sir Divish and the provincial court. But we'll be generous to Nicholas and let him leave in peace before we deliver the confession to Townburg.
So Nicholas will go free, and you'll clear your name?
Hopefully.
So what do I need to do?
I had Nicholas's prized hunting horn liberated. I'm sure Nicholas will recognize its sound from quite far off. I'll lure him out of the lodge at dawn.
And I meant to kidnap his wife while he's gone?
Of course it would be best if she went with you voluntarily, but if not, you'll just have to drag her with you.
I don't know. What if there's trouble?
That's why I'm sending you. I trust you. But whatever happens, Margaret mustn't be hurt. When you get her, bring her here. Then we can decide what's next.
All right.
Don't forget, tomorrow at dawn.
I'll admit, hearing the wind through the trees, it's actually quite relaxing.
Hey, would you?
Or is it raining? Can't tell. Okay, it's raining. Still sounds relaxing. I mean, it's so relaxing, I want to get a white noise machine. Actually, never mind. A rain machine. Not one of those little wimpy rain sticks filled with rice. So glad I got that perk. As long as you don't move, you don't expend any food or energy.
What do you think you're doing? Get the hell out of here. What are you doing here? Get out right now, or I'll scream!
You won't, because if I don't bring you back with me, Nicholas will be in deep shit.
What are you talking about? What happened?
That man of yours walked right into Hannikin Hare's trap. And if you don't come with me, his neck will be on the block.
Hare won't do anything to him. He'd never threaten a man's life.
Maybe he's not the person you once knew. A couple of years in exile can change a man.
I'll go with you. Just don't hurt me, please.
I've got no cause to hurt you. I want to ask you something first.
Ask away.
Why didn't you tell the truth back then? Hare was with you after the banquet.
I never wanted to marry him. But father insisted because Hare was of noble descent and his name meant something. That lie was the only way I could get rid of him.
Even though it meant condemning him to die.
Marrying him would have been a living death for me. I loved Nicholas, and I wanted nobody else. Can't you understand?
Yes, I understand. Do you know who actually did the deed?
No, and I don't think it was ever discovered. Once Hare disappeared, nobody bothered asking any more questions.
Come on, let's go.
Good work, Henry. Now we have to act fast and sort out Nicholas. Are you all right?
Well, I can't say I feel too good about it, but what else can we do?
Believe me, it gives me no pleasure either, but there's no other way. Take this confession. Go to Nicholas and make him sign it before you tell him where Margaret is.
What if he refuses?
You'll have to make him, one way or another.
I'm not complaining, but couldn't you go to him yourself?
Believe me, I'd rather not drag you into it at all. But if Nicholas sees me, he'll go straight for my throat before I get a word in. The only way to avoid bloodshed is if you go.
I see. Yes, you're probably right. And what if he attacks me?
Then of course you'll have to defend yourself. If you knock some sense into him in a duel, all well and good, but don't forget we need him alive. So keep a cool head.
All right. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. And what if he attacks me?
Then of course you'll...
All right. I'll get to it.
Here's the document. Don't forget to tell him he should get the hell out of Talmberg before we take it to the castle.
Where would I find you?
I'll wait for you in the clearing. Be quick. I don't want to keep poor Margaret here any longer than necessary.
I understand.
I should probably grab me a blunt object like a bludgeon. Wooden. Delightful. The random chest pop, it's mostly because A, I need to actually get my lockpicking skill up, so that way when people happen to be sneaking up on me, I can actually do that. Plus, I need to be able to pick extremely hard locks. Plus, I think I'm now starting to see Hare's plan. Mostly because the girl didn't really tell the truth about where he was. I mean, she could have still just said no, and then he probably would have respected it if he was a true gentleman, as he's putting himself in the light of right now. Although, this could be going horribly, horribly wrong for me. Which leads me to wonder. Confession. My dear T, when I discussed with you our cruelly... Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong one. Nicholas's testimony. Ah, I can't read it.
What's that? What's that?
Have you seen my wife, Margaret? I'm sure something must have happened to her. I can't find her anywhere.
Yes, I've seen her.
Well, speak. Where is she?
Hannikin Hare's holding her captive.
How do you know that?
It makes no odds. Just listen to me.
What, you whoreson? Tell me where she is right now, or you'll rue the day.
You bluster all you want, but if you ever want to see Margaret again, you better get a grip on yourself.
Where is she? Tell me!
You scratch my back, and I'll scratch yours. Sign this parchment here, and I'll tell you what you want to know.
I, Nicholas Angel, do hereby confess... Conspiracy against Sir Hannikin Hare... Just in proper punishment... What? You must be out of your fucking mind. Never.
Have you no honor at all? You almost sent an innocent man to his death on account of a woman, and now justice has finally caught up with you. So face it like a man.
Justice? What's all this about justice? Come to that, who are you, really? Why, you probably weren't even a glint in your father's eye when it all happened, and you want to judge me?
Merciful justice. If you sign this, Sir Hannikin will give you a head start. You and your wife can be long gone before Divish learns what you did.
I take it there's no other option.
None. But the deal could have been far worse. You can trade your good name for a happy life with your wife.
There. Now tell me where my wife is.
There's an old mine gallery, a little to the south of here. Margaret is in there, alive and well.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah.
All completed in a morning's day work.
Yeah.
So, have you got it?
It's done. He signed it.
Voluntarily?
Yes. More or less.
Well, I'm glad it's been done without bloodshed.
And what now? Will you take the confession to Talmberg?
We'll go together. I need you to bear witness. I've been gone for years, and I'm not sure they'll take my word for anything.
Well, I hope they do believe you. Otherwise, we're both for the noose.
Don't worry. Divish won't forget our former friendship so easily. Are you ready to go?
Anakin Hare, I never expected to see you again.
It was the will of God that I returned.
You realize that Sir Henry of Lipa has never repealed his sentence against you. I'm duty-bound to arrest you and turn you over to the provincial court.
Perhaps. But will you read this first? Henry here is my witness that your master huntsman Nicholas signed it himself. This ought to change their minds.
It might. I'm sorry, Anakin. I always trusted you. But your guilt seemed irrefutable. Nicholas was very thorough. Oh, there's no doubting his own confession. Captain.
Yes, sir.
Have the Master Huntsman arrested.
That won't be necessary. I don't think they'll find him.
I understand. So, what's to be done with you now? Poaching and kidnapping the Master Huntsman's wife. You see my difficulty.
I know. I can't stay here. It's enough to know my name is cleared.
I'll have a letter drawn up to recommend you to the service of Sir Vincent at Vellish Castle.
Thank you, sir.
But if Nicholas has vanished and we're sending you to Vellish, then who's going to be my master hunter here?
There's one obvious candidate. Henry here. Help me bring Nicholas to justice. And he's no disgrace as a hunter.
Really? Well, what of it, young man?
It would be an honor, sir.
Good, good. Then I hereby name you Master Huntsman at Talmberg Castle. My Chamberlain will tell you more about your new responsibilities. Good luck to you, Hannigan.
Thank you, Henry. I could never have managed it without you. God willing, we'll meet again one day.
I will be honest, I kind of like this outcome a lot better. Because this is my 4th playthrough, I had no idea you could become the Master Huntsman. Now granted, I do have a lot on my plate. Master Huntsman, Bailiff, and also personal servant to Sir Radzik. So, yeah, I got a lot.
Hey! Jesus, look where you're going.
Never!
All right, but buy a couple of kegs of wine when you've done your other chores. Make sure it's good. No slop.
You can count on me, sir.
God! What the hell? Hey, watch it.
My God, what happened to you? You look like you've been assaulted.
God save Master Chamberlain. here I am.
So I see. And what do you want from me?
I'm the new Master Huntsman. I was told to report to you.
Aha, yes, yes. That whole business with Nicholas was, how shall I put it, rather unfortunate. Well, I won't keep you with the lamentations of an old man. Now, to your new duties. You're to supply the castle kitchen with game and protect the woods from poachers. Although there shouldn't be too many of those now.
No, I expect not. And when shall I start?
Right away. Sir Divish is planning to hold a banquet soon, and he wants venison for it.
All right, I'll get going right away.
By the way, the Master Huntsman should get a hunting bow and appropriate livery. You'll find everything in the lodge, which is also yours for as long as you hold the office.
I see. That's good news.
Yes, yes. Nothing but good news. Run along now. Good luck, then.
I'm actually happy by this. I'm so happy by this that I could actually continue doing this through to the end of the game. Alright, so venison, some type of deer. Oh, right, that reminds me. I need to get the bailiff option. There we go. Back in the inventory.
Yeah.
Wait, how do I get to my house again? I already forgot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, my new house. Oh, and, BR, thank you so much. I believe I had it a long time coming. Olive tights? No, thank you. That's a lot of bow. And... oh my. We'll just go ahead and pluck that out of there. That's a lot of bows. Villager bows, for the most part. I wonder if I could probably get my hands on a longbow. Ah, good. So that turns into my personal storage. Cool. And what we got here? Ooh, garments. Ooh la la. I look so fancy. Henry would look so fancy in a dress. Oh my goodness, he'd be just so cute. Actually, didn't I just run across a little camp or something somewhere nearby? Granted, I will admit, like I said, I do have my work cut out for me, being the bailiff of a village and being the huntsman. That's a much better outcome than what I had last time, which was completely arresting him, so... Or actually, technically, I killed him in one playthrough, and then he was arrested in the next. Well, anyways, Death Valley, at least you learned something fun. You can actually become huntsman. Best way to actually earn lots and lots of money. Oh, right. Forgot, I need to collect rabbit orifices. Exactly. Exactly. Become the huntsman. It's going to be the easiest and most legal way to actually earn money. With honor. Death to bunnies! Blackware! Yes, the new DLC is actually very good. It requires lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of money and planning. As for me, I already have regrets after planning. Although it would be nice as a bailiff to actually tear down something after you've already built it, but you know, once you get a stable built, there's not much more you can really do. But it's a good means of income as well, too. So once you actually build up enough of the capital for the village, If you're interested in acquiring the DLC from the Ashes, please feel free to pick it up. They're on Humble Bundle through the link that I just provided. So that way some of the money also goes to charity. I'm actually focused on trying to get as much money as I can to Pause for Autism, where they happen to train and provide service dogs for people like myself with autism. Must have jostled the mouse a little. There we go, there's the arrow. Alright, now I need to kill a red deer. And then hopefully, once I kill the red deer... by the way, Blackware, how huge of a fan are you of city building and city planning?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's see, let's turn in the deer meat, and then we'll head to Sasau to turn in the orifices to the butcher.
Yeah.
So glad to have my own little house that's not a rat house that's required as a city position for me to actually manage an entire town, which I think I'm neglecting right now, if I do say so myself. Is it still morning, or is this... Oh, sun's setting. Okay, so it's nighttime. Did I have any crashes while playing on PC? Not really. I mean, aside from a few loading, endless loading cycles while I was using some mods, it's actually quite stable on PC. But then again, my rig is actually able to handle quite a bit, so... I mean, I'm broadcasting from the same gaming rig, so... Oh, come on! Yes!
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
I brought that game.
Show me then. Here's your reward. I have another task for you. A hare feast is being prepared. Go and get some game for it.
Very well.
Good luck then.
But yeah, Death, I haven't really had much of a crash. And the only time it crashed was when I had some mod conflicts or some mod technical issues when I was using some mods. There's occasional times where the game would completely freeze up due to a logic error. So, oh my goodness, this is so good. Being able to actually hunt without having to pre-cook everything. It's amazing!
Yeah.
Actually, after doing that, I kind of realized this would be a lot easier if Privislavitz actually already had a butcher's shop. Then I could have actually made better use of it. So it's kind of thinking, I mean, when I originally built the bakers, I was thinking, we're not allowed to actually do games hunting, so technically putting a butcher's shop in place is going to be kind of complicated because it would be breaking the law more frequently than not. Alright, once this guy's done, I am going to fix up some of the meat. Cook up the meat and then eat it. But hey, all I know is I get more money. I get more money. Although I'm still poor.
How are you, Henry? Hey!
There's
humble greetings. How may I serve you?
So I got the game goods for you, Master Butcher.
Excellent. Show me what you've got. Looks good. Here's something for your effort. And now I've got a bit of a problem.
How's that?
The bailiff came here. Seems someone told him I've been selling game. He started making all sorts of threats. But then I suggested we could come to an agreement. His daughter is getting married, and I offer to put on a game feast for him. So, we're going to need a whole lot of game for that.
Jesus. Oh well, I'll see what I can do.
God be with you.
Alright, let's buy some dried out meat from them.
Good boy.
Yeah, if you got the St. George sword, that means you just robbed Hans Capon. So congratulations on not being able to use that sword for a little while until you can, get the heat off of your back. Oh, really? I haven't even really taken the time to actually go treasure hunting yet, so...
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, where'd the rabbits just go? I just shot the rabbit. Where'd it go? Are you kidding me? I think the rabbit just fell through the terrain. Can't honestly freaking believe that. I just lost a rabbit.
Itt az ellenség! Lényrésed! Ott van! Á, itt épp egy malackat tévedt a disznó. Utolsó fasz!
Dangerous rabbits! No cumins will keep me from my job. Wait, where'd the cumin go? Oh, there he is. So basically, this is how hard the locks are at the monastery, and I have to be able to pick something like this. No, Death, they were, humans. I hate to burst your bubble, but lockpicking, I'm already 9. It have to be 10 for very hard. At least 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okie dokie, kid. Good night. Sleep well.
Yeah.
I think I'll probably actually be getting off here pretty soon just for a lunch break, and then I'll probably be back on again later. Well, not for very... I won't be offline for very long, though. But actually, I might end up ordering a pizza, so it might be about 3 hours till I'm back online. No telling. Depends on how long it takes them to deliver a pizza. Okie dokie, Akeb.
Can I do anything to help?
Yes, stay awake, Chamberlain. If you're giving me tasks, stay awake for them all.
My humble greetings. How may I serve you?
I brought that game.
Excellent. Here's your reward. I have another job for you. Sir Divish wants venison goulash. Can you take care of that?
Certainly.
See you later.
Wait. What? Venison goulash? I don't know where the boars are at in this. Ooh, sorry to hear that you got food poisoning from a pizza. Yeah, I'll do that mission later. Let's... Oh wait, I already got plenty of meat on my character. Wait, didn't I already find a spot for boar? Or was that deer in this area? Right. There was boar there. That's where it was.
Yeah.
I have no idea how long I'm going to be streaming for today exactly, but yeah, I'm actually, as soon as I get this boar, I am turning it in, because I really hate the unfinished jobs, per se. I mean, it's kind of funny, I keep doing all this, it's like, what are they planning on doing? Party time every day?
Yeah.
It's like a feast in the morning, feast for lunch, and then a feast for dinner? What are they doing?
God be with you.
How's it going, fellas?
Well, Master Bailiff, well. But I speak for all of us when I ask, what's to become of all this timber we've logged?
True. It is piling up. The thing is, we've no plans to build anything big just now.
That means we'll be out of work. What are we to live on?
Well, I'm not going to throw you out. You never know when there'll be a need to build something. Keep working, and stockpile the timber for later.
Very well, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I need to... Fat profits. Hare meat and boar. Shouldn't be too hard. Except I think I need a full boar.
Yeah.
Damn it! Quick change in your direction, you little rabbit. Okie dokie. Yeah, I'll be back on live once I happen to get get some pizza ordered. Oh, well, I thought this would be quick and painless, but it's going to take a little while longer anyways. So, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to call it quits for right now. I'll be right back after I get some food, and we'll be live with some more hunting and bailiffing. I guess probably the best way to put it. So those of y'all currently in chat, please stay in chat to receive your in-stream bonus points. For those of y'all that would like to actually get access to my personal Discord, which can only be done through redemption options, here is all the points that you all need. So anyways, I will be back again. Don't you worry, I will be live again today for a much longer broadcast. But as for right now, I need to take a lunch break, get some food in me, and I will be back. See you all in a bit.